The real estate market here in the Seattle area has absolutely exploded since 2020. We saw home values going at astronomical rates, 30, 40, 50% annual increases in median home values here in the Seattle metropolitan area. Then came last year, 2022, and halfway through the year, interest rates happened. They went through the roof. They doubled in more than 12 months. And now buyers had really started to pull back. The market really softened and home values started to come back down. Now as we're moving into 2023, we're seeing tech layoffs. A lot of layoffs here with tech companies around the area, and with Seattle being really a tech hub, Seattle, Bellevue, Redmond, those areas really being a tech hub and being supported by those tech jobs. People may be wondering, well, what's going to happen with the real estate market now with these layoffs, with these high interest rates, with everything going on, with the doom and gloom articles that you see online about everything coming down and crashing and whatnot. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the Seattle real estate market, where we're at right now. We're going to look at the numbers, and we're going to talk about maybe what we can expect moving forward through this year in 2023 and beyond. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm Bryce Greenleaf, local real estate broker here in the Seattle metro area. But like I said, this video, I want to talk about our real estate market with everything that's going on, the doom and gloom, all the layoffs, everything that you see going on in this market, all the uncertainty with rates and whatnot. So really what we want to start with this video, what I want to start off with is just diving into the numbers a little bit, seeing where we were in 2022 versus where we are now, how the numbers have changed to give us an idea of what we might be able to expect moving forward. So we're going to look at both King County and Snohomish County as a whole here in these stats. So let's look at new listings first. And in King County in 2022, we had 1,493 new listings hit the market in January of 2022. Here in January of 2023, we saw 1,329. So this is a decrease of 10% basically in new inventory hitting the market in King County. In Snohomish County, we saw a similar trend. 2022 of January, we saw 703 new listings hit the market in January. This year, January of 2023, we saw 598 new listings. That's a decrease of 15% in new listings, new inventory hitting the market. So we can see less sellers have put their home on the market right now versus last year. A reason for that can be interest rates. A lot of sellers got into their home with a fantastic interest rate, whether they bought when rates were 2 to 3%, or they refinanced their home when rates were 2 to 3%. Now they see rates where they are in the sixes, and they say, hey, I don't want to sell my home, because if I buy something else, then I've got a higher rate. So that can be a big contributing factor to the fact that we have less new inventory coming on the market this time of 2023 versus 12 months ago. Now let's look at the total active listings that are on the market. This will give us an idea of how fast stuff is actually moving once it does hit the market. In King County, January 2022, we had 487 active listings on the market. In 2023, this year, 1,652 total active listings in King County. This is up 239%. 239% increase in total active listings in January, year over year. Similar trend for Snohomish County. Last year, 217 total active listings. This year, it's up to 760 total listings in January. Annual increase, 250%. So this shows us once listings are hitting the market, they're not flying off the rails like they were before. Not nearly as quick. We have more total listings really hitting the market and then sitting on the market for a longer period of time because we have less buyer demand because of those interest rates. Now let's look at the median prices in these two counties. What has happened with actual home values with how much the buyer demand has actually decreased over the last 6 to 8 months. For King County, January median home price, $929,000, January of 2022. January of 2023, $929,000. So we went up and then we went right back down to where we were. So 0% gain, 0% loss in terms of median values in King County has stayed the same. Snohomish County has actually gone up a little bit. It was $790,000 in January of 2022. This January 2023, it is $832,000. So nothing astronomical, but definitely a healthy increase in median values in Snohomish County. So what these stats are showing us right now, from year to year, January to January, is we're seeing a lot less sellers put their home on the market. Like I mentioned, a lot of them, because they have that lower interest rate, they don't want to then buy another place with a higher interest rate, so they're staying put for a little bit. Buyers have pulled back from the market a little bit, but not an astronomical amount. There is still a number of buyers looking at homes and starting to shop, and that's really starting to happen right now. This is first week of February that I'm filming this video of 2023. Actually had a multiple offer situation on a place we put an offer on for a client for the first time in 5 or 6 months really that I've seen. And I know other agents in the area are experiencing the exact same thing, that some places are starting to get multiple offers again. You know, we saw interest rates go last year, they topped in almost to the mid 7s. They were at like 7.3 was the height of the national average for interest rates. Now they're back at almost 6%. So we're really seeing buyers starting to say, hey, interest rates have come down quite a bit. I'm getting a bit more comfortable with purchasing in this market right now. So let's go out and let's start looking for homes. Now, what are we going to see moving forward through this year? Are we going to continue to see prices drop and interest rates be pretty rough? Well, I think the market's going to be pretty strong through this year. But when I say pretty strong, I don't mean what it was like for the last 2 years where you saw 10 to 20 offers on every single house and values going through the roof. You know, rates aren't 3% anymore. However, there's a lot of people predicting that rates could easily get into the 5s this year. As I said, we're right around 6% now, hovering right around 6%. And so if we see rates get into the 5s, more and more buyers are going to start coming out, and more sellers are going to start to get comfortable with selling their home, especially with a lot of the programs available right now with rate buydowns and whatnot. There are more buyers becoming aware of those programs where they can get into a home with a lower interest rate through one of those buy down programs and have that monthly payment be much more affordable. Inflation numbers have really come down here in the US. The Fed did just increase rates again, 1/4 point, but it's not hard to imagine that that may have been the last increase here, and we're gonna really start to stabilize and mortgage rates start to fall again, which is why those predictions of rates going into the 5s is not out of the question whatsoever. So that could be a very likely scenario, which means more activity in the market, more people coming out to buy, more people coming out to sell, which in the grand scheme of things is a good thing. We want a balanced market. We don't necessarily want a market where homes are getting 10 to 20 offers, buyers are getting extremely frustrated, homes are going for way over list price. We also don't necessarily want a market where rates are so high it's discouraging so many buyers from buying and limiting sellers from being able to move on from their property and move up or downsize or move out of state and be that limiting. We really want to see a market that's kind of right in the middle. So it's not out of the question that we see a market move towards that here this year in 2023 and have advantages and disadvantages. There's no perfect market. There's no market where it's going to be perfect for buyers or perfect for sellers. We really just want to see a balanced market, and that I think is very realistic here in 2023 with rates likely coming back down. All right, well, this is my summary, my wrap up of really what's going on in the real estate market right now. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you're thinking about buying a home here in the Seattle metropolitan area in 2023, feel free to reach out to me. Be more than happy to help you through that process and see what the best timing might be for you to make that move, whether you're selling and buying another place or you're a first-time home buyer, or maybe you're relocating here from out of state. We can really come up with a plan to figure out when the best timing might be for you to make that move. Info is down below. Be more than happy to help you out with that, but thanks for watching this one.